Good morning. So I'm at the Rabri, I'm painting. I'm just mixing colors, and I just had a really cool experience. So I went to get something, and a lady stopped me, and she called me by name, and she said, "You don't know me. I follow you on Facebook." And she said, "And I'm seeing what you're doing with it. You're working with Hawaii and building a workshop." And she seemed really like excited to meet me. And we talked a little bit about the process of what I'm doing, and we talked a little bit about Hawaii. She also complimented him. She had a conversation with him and also complimented him. And but it was just amazing, the reassurance that I got from, talking about signs. I've been talking about signs, and manifestation is something that has really been coming to the front. Physical manifestations and magic works, and manifesting from frequency and not from the 3D world. It's been something that I've really been putting my focus on lately. Yeah, I've been listening to videos about real magic, and in the natural course of things, that subject has come to me. Actually, my twin sent me a video about real life magic, and a podcast about it. Like a 2 hour, I think, podcast. Hopefully, I'll remember to put it in in the notes of this. But it was really super interesting, and it talks about all these different realms that I've also been talking about in my videos. But it also talks about like manifestation from these realms where you put. And this morning, I also heard a podcast when I was driving about manifestation. And then my daughter sent me a video about manifestation by Abraham Hicks. I love Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks she is awesome. And so all morning I've been listening to these manifestation, the 3D. Oh, and there's another girl that I listened to, and she was spot on with saying the same things that I'm feeling. It's that I need to let go in these places. All of these videos and all of these things, we're talking about the exact same thing, is that when you are vibrating the lack of, or vibrating, I need more, I need more, I need more, then you are out of sync with the vibration of creation. That what you really need to do, or what, in order to, you can't have bad feelings about money and bring money into your world. It just doesn't work like that. I need to make this darker. Yes, it needs to be darker, almost like a black. I'll show you what I'm doing. See, I put these little, you see the round around it? I want it to be darker. It needs to be like almost black. Just a little bit of the same blue, but almost black. So, and all this morning when I have been, and also I'm thinking about this workshop that is coming to me. And the more and more I'm letting it go, because now we're getting into Passover and I'm doing all this painting. The more and more I'm letting it go, like, okay, I'm not really letting it go, but I'm not obsessing over, oh no, I'm not doing my workshop because I'm doing the painting and I have other things going on and I can't do the workshop while I'm painting. And the workshop has been postponed till after Passover. That means I have like a couple of weeks until we're going to do our next session, which gives me a lot of relief from working on it. And it's allowing, and it's just like Abraham Hicks said, when you take it out of, the worry about it, because when you're constantly beating the drum of, oh no, then you don't leave room for it to manifest. And not only that, you get stuck in this loop. And when you have a bad vibration towards something, which could also be like towards this, oh no, I'm not doing the work, or, and then that turns into negative feelings around it. And then you certainly can't do it because of the negativity. So, and it was just like what Abraham Hicks was saying in her video this morning, is that that you need to make like a game out of it. If you are creating a vibration of lack of dollars, then you're going to have lack of dollars. If you're paying your bills and you're feeling badly about it, then you have bad feelings around it, and how you need to make it into kind of like a game. And I know exactly what she means, because I've been there before. When it's all about the game, and it's not about, oh no, I don't have, or lack of, or I need this, or I need that, and it becomes like a game, then you're just playing this game, and then it becomes fun. You start seeing it as numbers, or seeing it as a game, or seeing it as, and seeing like, oh, and this woman that I met this morning, which was, and she came and she talked to me and told me that she follows me, and that, which was really cool, because, and she said, just so you know, I really like you, and you come off really well, just so you know. And I'm thinking to myself, the minute I let everything go, it's like the answers are coming to me on their own. Just by chance, I was saying it, and I'm like overwhelmed because of the power in it. You can see the power in it. That isn't something that I could have worried into existence. It isn't something that I could have imagined into existence. It's letting go and allowing the universe to provide for me, and it came in right at the place that I needed it. The hey, you can do this. Look, the world is perceiving you in a good way, and it like gives me back wind in my, it gives me wind in my. What is it called? Wind in my miflasim. I don't know what they're called. My, when a boat has, what a boat has, or a ship. Wind in my, how come I can't remember? In my sail. It gives me wind in my sail. And it's just like a blessing. It like came to me perfectly. And all of these videos also that I've been getting into, when I release the oh, I need to make money, what are you doing, how are you going to make money, how is it going to show up in your life? When I release all that, because I'm sitting here painting and I'm just listening to the videos that I'm interested in, the answers are coming to me by themselves. My daughter sends me this video about manifestation and how it's all a vibration, which I know all this, but when you hear it in a good way again. You hear it in a way that it makes sense to you in a different way, but it's all this knowledge is knowledge that I know. But we all know a lot of this knowledge, but it's a matter of connecting back to it and vibrating with it. And just as I was listening, I finished listening to what she sent me. I went down and I made tea. And another thing I'm noticing is that when I feel like making the video, I make the video. Because if I say, okay, I'm going to do a video about this, and it's all coming through me, and I know exactly what I'm going to say, okay, I'll do it later. Then later it doesn't come through the same. So I'm learning to do things live as they unfold for me. And also another thing about this manifestation is that now that I'm, that I let myself kind of off the hook because it's Passover. I'm not building this workshop right now because, I'm painting. I just, and also because it's just, hasn't come and opened up for me yet. I feel like I keep on moving it because I'm painting as I go along. I feel like this whole workshop hasn't opened up for me yet, and that if I keep on trying to beat the drum, I have two voices in me. One voice says, if it's not coming together, just know that you're going to do it, and then just leave it, and then it'll come to you like that, like a snap, just like a lot of things that come all of a sudden into your life. They come at the moment that you least expect it, and when you're not trying to force it, then it just comes to you naturally. Like, it's knowing that you want to do it and releasing it. And I know that also from other things, knowing what you want and then releasing it. The releasing it sometimes is where the difficulty comes in, but that's when you start making yourself get busy on other things. When you start bringing other things that you do know what to do into your life, then I thought I had this table I'm working on is a little bit lopsided, so to find a place where it balances. It's pretty good balance if a wind doesn't come along. And so this morning I was listening to this one girl that does, well, that just fell, and it also toppled over my tea, so, oh well. And so good thing it didn't have sugar in it, otherwise it toppled it over right on right on this tabletop. But it doesn't matter, it's just kind of like water. This is an outside sign anyway. The sign is going to be outside. Today I seem to be breathing a lot better. This morning I woke up and I said, this is a good day, and it was a good day. It is a good day. As soon as I woke up out of bed, as soon as I woke up, I knew this was a good day. And when you and that's the same thing. It's the same thing. You know it's a good day, and therefore it is a good day. Beating the drum of what you want it to be, and it becomes just that. It's the exact same thing. It's manifesting. And it's so funny how my daughter sent me that, and then yesterday when my twin sent me that other podcast. It was like a 2-hour podcast, and I listened to it, and it was like super interesting. And so this morning I got up and I started looking for other podcasts about real magic, because real magic, I'm starting to understand it's real. And it's exactly, you can call it manifestation, you can call it religion, you can call it's all the same thing. It's belief. Just like Jesus said, with belief the size of them. I listen. I'm just saying that the idea of it. Yeah, I don't know it by heart or anything like that. Although I have Christianity in my family in the background, but I have never been really. I don't have the knowledge. I have the emotion of it. But with the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And I'm seeing how true that is. And I can also see how it makes sense. If you believe something is going to be, you're not going to stop until that thing is. And if you believe that something is true, you see all the signs that make it true. It becomes true for you, regardless if it's true for the person right next to you. So this, when the woman stopped me and told me, hey, I know you, I follow you on Facebook, I really like you, and I had to say hi to you and tell you that I saw that thing that you did about the workshop that you're building, because I put in the Facebook group, I did a video in Hebrew about the workshop that I'm working on. And she said, just so you know, you come off really well. And that was so nice. That was just like exactly what I needed to hear. And she had like this really bright-eyed smile, and she was talking to me. And that was really cool that she recognized me and came up to, and opened up to me and felt comfortable to open up to me, which was really nice. And also this morning, Oh, and another thing to tell that is kind of amazing for me too is that when I started the workshop, I signed up for the workshop. I was really excited about it. And the first day of the workshop, oh, I didn't mean to wash that because I have more to do with this color. I just wipe the paintbrush on my pants. His pants has just become my painty pants. And this shirt, this has a rip in it anyway, so it's become my work. And I'll probably throw it away afterwards. But what I was saying, I want a thicker paintbrush if I can find one. There's one. Oh, here's a perfect one. I'm going to take it like this one. It's flat. I'm painting the sign for the entrance to the robbery. שלום. אני צובעת שלט. מה אתן עושות?
באנו סתם לירדן.
תהנו.
מה, את מצלמת?
אני מצלמת, כן. בואי.
תהני, זה מוכשרת.
תודה רבה. She asked me if I was filming, and then she came to say hi to the film. That's nice. And so also, you know, with deciding and trying to figure out exactly what it is that I do. Yeah, because of this workshop that I'm building, it's kind of like being born. It's kind of like, yeah, I just can't bring myself to build a workshop that is meaningless. It has to be meaningful. So that means that it has to be meaningful for me. It has to be what I bring to the table as a being. And there are so many different things. Oh, I was telling a different story. I'll finish that and then I'll talk about that. So when I went and signed up to the workshop, after the first meeting, like during the first meeting, I don't know if it was at the end of the first meeting or but it was during the first meeting. It's all women in the workshop except for Roi, who is the one who brought the workshop, and there's one more person, and his name is Yaniv. And so look about manifesting. This is it's kind of like a weird story of manifesting, but it's not my manifesting, it's something weird. So my twin made a video of me and him, right? And I was crying in the video. I was crying about me and going through all sorts of things of mine. And he put it together. I also sent him some voice messages and stuff. So he made a video about it and put it on YouTube and put a link to it in Facebook, right? And so apparently Yaniv, who is with me in the course, saw that video. And this was the video. The video was published before we started the course. He saw that video, and when we first met in the course, he said to me, "I saw that video, and I wanted to tell." I don't even know what to call him. I need to find a name for him that I like, because I don't really like the twin. Anyway, he was going to tell my twin to tell me to come and do that course, because he thought it was going to be a good match for me for some reason. Maybe because I was at a crossroads where I need to, make more money or whatever. See, I'm beating the I'm not feeling it though, so I'm not feeling the despair. Oh no. And the thing is that I've been before in a place where I've had plenty of means. And that comes back to me wanting to tell a little bit of my personal story, because I used to have a moving company in the States, in the Chicago area, and my husband and I, and that was, for a few years, and we made a really good living, a really good living. So I know what it feels like to have abundance. So it's not, I can take that feeling and connect to it, and for money to be a game. But anyways, so he wanted to call, or wanted to make contact with my twin, to tell him to tell him that there's the course starting, and to tell me to sign up. And then all of a sudden there's the course, and I'm signed up, and I'm in the course. And I thought that was a really cool kind of manifestation, because for him, or I don't even know how you like, what did he manifest me? No, because I signed up on my own accord. But when you look at the facts, like, he was going to tell him, there's something really like funky in the universe going on there, that he was going to tell him to tell me to sign up for the course, and then all of a sudden he comes to the course, and I'm in the course. And that is kind of like, I don't know, it's like a weird workings, it's like magic. It kind of is like magic. And then this morning, on the one video that I did, I put up, I think it's from yesterday, I put up a video that I'm saying I'm more than just this twin flame journey. There's more to me than that. I have a lot more to say than just that. And he responded. It was really sweet, and he responded to that, and said, yes, you are. And I thought that was really sweet. And that's like 2 examples this morning already, where I'm already kind of like let go, and kind of like, okay, whatever comes, and I'm not going to force any videos, and I'm not going to try to come up with something really smart to say because I have to put up a video. The whole idea of putting up these videos is that I get to share and talk through. It's my videos. I get to decide what they look at. There's an airplane going over, and it's quite big too. Can you get it in? Can I get it in? I don't know. Is it in there? I don't know where it is. It's got to be in there. Maybe it already went over. Anyway, it's a pretty big one for up here in the north. But I thought that was like, right when I'm letting go. And okay. So let me finish this point, and then I'll finish that other point that I was bringing in before. So right as I'm letting go, and saying, okay, whatever will be, I get 2 affirmations from the universe this morning. With also, with the. 2 compliments that I take as compliments from the universe this morning. Already I get that remark through my one video that really like builds me up, like, oh yeah, you are more than just the twin flame journey. And I know it. And I think that is part of the, letting go on the twin flame journey, to become myself, fully discovered, or whatever. This line is getting out of place. It's when you get on the brush, and your brush gets like paint on the sides of it, and then and also with so my second point is, so I thought that was pretty cool. That's like right when I'm letting go, and it's just like what Abraham Hicks said, you let go. Abundance isn't only money. Abundance can also be like, look at these signs that I'm getting to do my workshop. It's like there's overwhelming signs that I'm in the right place, or doing the right thing, or that I have an impact. There was another 2 points I wanted to make on that. So that's the one. And then also when I'm letting go, and I'm starting to just get into my own interest, this is one, about the magic and all that. I'm starting to see that the things when I just let myself go and I just get interested in the things that I'm interested in, then the things bring themselves to the surface, like these magic, the magic, real magic. And I'm not talking witchcraft. Like, you could call it witchcraft if you wanted to. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Witchcraft, magic, religion, miracles, belief. Oh, and another video that I saw this morning was about real magic too, and it said that all you need for real magic is intent and attention and intention. Attention and intention. You put your attention on your intention. And then you believe. There were four, so let me think what they were. Belief, clarity, like you can see what it is that you want. And there were two more. I might do a whole nother video on that because I didn't finish watching that video all the way, and I really want to. And it also, and you can call it magic, you can call it manifestation, you can call it religion, you can call it, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. And so I'm excited about how when you let go and you allow the universe to bring the things in, how quickly it happens. See, like this morning with those manifesting, the woman that came and gave me, like, she was so sweet and so pretty and so nice, and we hugged. So it was like intimate. It was a really cool thing to happen for me. For me, it was a really cool thing to happen. And she called me by name. She called me by name. She knew my name. That is so complimentary. Those things like liragesh, like lirageshity, I don't know what the word is, like they make me emotional, I guess is the word. And this morning when I was on my way, I went and picked up my son and I brought him to his, he is doing his basketball. They're on spring break before Passover, so I brought him over here. So I got to see my son this morning, and he was really sweet. I also saw him yesterday. I met him in town when I was on my way back. He's my youngest son, and he is really sweet. My kids don't really get these videos, and they think that it's just silly that I make videos, and they don't want to really be in my videos. But what I do understand is that my oldest son sometimes watches my videos, and that his life partner, I don't want to call her a girlfriend because she's like more than a girlfriend. It feels like she's like part of the family already, because she really keeps the connection going. Like she's come into the family and become part of the family energetically. She'll come and she's more talkative than my son, so a lot of times she'll come in and talk, help make plans, or she'll ask me about my what's going on in the journey. Is there any news? What's the update? I think she likes the juice. So also my friend that I've been talking to, that is also on the twin flame journey, but she met her twin after she was already married, and so her twin flame journey has pretty much just been kind of stuck, probably pretty much from the get-go. But it's amazing the amount of understanding on her spiritual level, like the things that she understands. I'm not quite sure that she completely even realizes how spiritual she is, because she will say things and I'll tell her that she's like super spiritual and she, connected to spirit, and she won't take it. Like she doesn't exactly see it as well as I can see it, I think. And I know she watches my videos, so she's gonna see me say this. But she knows it because we've kind of been doing a path together on this, kind of, So she knows all these things. I tell her what I think. So, and she tells me what she thinks. But one of the things, oh wait, I want to see if there was something else that I wanted to say that I didn't finish up. We talked about the manifestation. I talked about the girl here that I met, and that gave me like a really good feeling. And I'm trying to think if there was something else that I didn't close off here. I'm not sure. And but okay, so let me think. Oh, so what I was going to say about her is that her path, her journey has been stuck for years. I'm gonna go and get. I need a cup. I'm gonna get myself some more tea and get myself a cup to mix paint in. So, and what was I gonna say about that? Oh, that there is a lot of hiding in that because she's married. So she can't, the connection that she has with her twin flame, and this connection is, you can't. It's like bigger than you. It's like the universe calling you to this connection, and it's a connection of your own spiritual growth. So in that, she has the hiding of it, and because she's hiding that, also her connection with me is hidden. Look at this. Look at this. This is the coffee tea. See at the Rubroy? It's open and free for everyone. So I'm going to get myself some tea, and then I'm going to go and get myself some cups to mix paint in that I need. See, if you're already watching me, you might as well see the cool place that I'm working. I used to work here in the office a few years ago, but anymore I can't work like that anymore. For like I'm independent because of White Death. How symbolic. When you start looking for signs, you see them everywhere. Okay, well, I'm going to go in there and get, I'm not going to, they're busy, so I'm going to go in there and get what I need. I'm in there. I got some cups to mix paint. And so there's so much pain in having, you're going through this journey, but you also have to hide it from somebody that you are close to. That has got to be in itself painful. For having to live in like deception. We've talked about this, and I'm not, I'm not revealing her, but her and I have talked about this before many times. So it's not any news to her what I think about this, and I know how this feels. The having to hide something that is so detrimental to who you are, your being, what's going on in your life. You know, this twin flame journey is not, in any case, it is something that when you go through it is difficult. You know, not, I don't want to say difficult because I'm choosing my words, but it's emotional and it's all encompassing, and it takes it and it plays a big, when you're going through a twin flame journey, it plays a big role in your life. And to imagine that for years and years and years, she's had no one to talk to about the twin flame journey. I think pretty much hardly anybody. The way that, I don't know if anybody or if nobody, but I know that when we speak, she doesn't really have anybody else to talk to about it, because it's a taboo, because she's married and in this relationship, and this has been going on for years and years and years. I couldn't imagine. You see how intense it is for me, and I have to talk about it all the time, just to release some of the anguish, or to talk it out, to figure it out as I'm going along. So her path has gotten a kick, a boost since we've been in touch. And I know this because, first of all, I can see it in her, because I tell her the truth. I tell her what I tell it to her like it is, and as I see it, even though it's sometimes can be a little bit hard to hear. But she knows it, and I think she really appreciates it too. So we talk about these things. I was going to talk a little bit about about secrecy and things like that, because I know what it's like when you're holding a secret. When you're holding a secret, it makes you hold on to everything, because you don't want something to slip, especially when it's something so detrimental like a twin flame journey, where it is all encompassing. It touches every aspect of your life. The twin flame journey does. And so if you're on it, and you're hiding it from somebody that's close to you, then you have to watch everything that you say. So you always have to really be careful not to say, that could make, besides just, it puts how would I say it? It puts a muzzle on everything. Part of my twin flame journey is part of this, making these videos and things, is bringing everything out into the open. There are no secrets, and it's so freeing. It's like the absolute opposite, because if you're hiding something, then you have to always watch your words, because you're always afraid, well, wait a minute, what if I say something? So everything that you say, you have to make sure that it doesn't, reveal, that you don't say something. I couldn't imagine for years and years and years holding on to such a massive secret from the people that are closest to you. You can't, her husband, she can't talk to her husband about something that is massively going on in her life. And that is just, in my opinion, not in my opinion, that is, by way of nature, that is, that would close your whole being off, because you're always having to make sure that you're not saying the wrong thing. So I would see how that could be forget about limiting, because it totally is limiting. Besides that, I'm talking about emotionally. It's so draining not being able to say what, freely speak all the time. And with me, I kind of got to this place where I don't want to hide nothing. Everything is out in the open. I can talk about almost anything. Some things I choose not to talk about, because I don't want to take their power away from them. There's something going right over the top of us. Ooh, look, some plane just went right there. I don't know if you see it. Cool, really low. Um, there's some things that I choose not to talk about because I don't want to take the power away from them, or they haven't come to be yet, or things that I feel are a little bit private that I don't want to, that they're like sacred, and I don't want to like belittle them by talking about them cheaply, or things that I don't want to manifest. Then I will not talk about them a little bit sometimes. I need to do that more about things that I don't want to manifest. Like beating drums of things that I don't want. But today is a good day. Today is a good day. Even though I'm, openly talking right now, I still feel like I'm a little bit inside of myself. I've been kind of quiet for the last few days. It feels almost like a Vipassana. My kids haven't been home. Neither of my younger sons have been home. And so, and there's also things that haven't come to be yet that I have plans to do that I sometimes don't talk about because I don't want anything to happen to those plans, like any kind of outside energy to come in, or that I don't want open conversation about because it's like, I guess personal. But I guess after so many days of barely talking, because really I just talk a little bit with people here and there, but I haven't really been in the last few days sharing my thoughts except for in these videos, which might be a good thing because then all of my power is brought into these videos and then I have it all down. But I have this overall feeling that I have this overall feeling of allowing, that when I allow things to be, like this workshop and like the twin flame journey, that when I just leave things alone and allow them to do what they're going to do, and I just get into the now and I focus on, just menial, whatever I need to do. It's almost like therapeutic, this painting. Yeah, okay, so today I'm painting, so that's all I have to focus on is painting. I don't have to have all the answers right now. I don't have to eat all the food that I'm going to eat for the rest of my life today. And I don't need to know where all the food that I'm going to eat for the rest of my life is going to come from either. Things show up, and what I want today isn't especially what I'm going to want tomorrow. Especially the way the things are opening up to me in this twin flame path. It's like things are changing so quickly. That's also part of the reason why I feel like I'm not manifesting. Well, I am manifesting all the time. Somehow manifested this twin flame journey into my life. Sheesh. And that's a partnership, and that's kind of weird to me, that it's something that there's another body that is also in this with me, and part of it with me. That is kind of crazy to me, because on the one hand, like, I feel like I know him at a soul level. Like, come on, dude, you and I are in this together. What you doing over there? And then the other part of me is like, do I really know this person? And then sometimes I have questions like, this is weird. Like, am I making this up? Even this morning, I think I had like a question like that come up in me. Very strange things are happening. I'm telling you, this is a strange times. I feel like there's there are things being born that were written before in history. I feel like this is the time of Messiah. And it's so strange because of the way that things work out. You know, I'm working here on the Jordan River talking about the Messiah. How did I even end up in Galilee? That's like a story in itself. If I start telling that story, that's like a story in itself. It started with my great-grandfather. That's how I ended up here in Galilee. And my father comes from Montana. How did that happen? Like, there's like strange things that led to me being and living here right next to Magdala, and remembering past lives and the twin flame journey and talking about Messiah and remembering past lives from 2,000 years ago. Like, I remember things. I remembered things emotionally. And the whole connection with my family. And it's just, yesterday I was having a conversation with my father. We were talking about Messiah. And he was telling me what the meaning of Messiah really is, and what the meaning of Messiah really is. I'm going to try to do a podcast. I listened to it the other day. Yesterday I recorded it, and then I listened to it. So the recording isn't that good, but my brother works in sound, so I asked him if I could send him the recordings and see if he could do something with them and make them sound better. So he told me to send them to him. So I'll go ahead. I uploaded them this morning before I left for work, but I'll go in and try to send them to him and see if he can do something with them, because I really want to make those into podcasts, because he's telling all sorts of interesting history. And it seems like this whole twin flame journey is awakening in it's a spiritual awakening into yourself. And when you become fully awakened, it's like it's coming into a different dimension, and I can actually see so clearly. And from my own perspective, like, I got to it through myself, through this transcending and personal awakening to the exact same things that Jesus was talking about 2,000 years ago. And I'm right here in the Galilee on the Jordan River, and it's like everything is coming together. And I keep hearing more and more and more that we are in the time of the coming of the Messiah now. And I have a lot more to say about the Messiah, and I have a lot more to say about it. I feel like I am a part of it, and I feel like all of us on the Twin Flame journey are bringing this new era in, which is the era of heaven on earth, which is, directly connected to the Messiah coming, and the coming of the Messiah, which the Messiah is already here. And I know this because I am part of its coming. I can feel it. And I know that could sound very strange. And I know to my family especially, because of our history with religion and my family, my personal family, my parents, and so my story starts with my great-grandfather in the 1930s, when his father was a pastor or something, and he wasn't connected to the church. But then when he was a young man, he had all of a sudden like an epiphany, like a moment where he got like, and I only read this story a few months ago. I didn't even know that he had some kind of like message come to him. That's another thing. I feel like I'm a messenger. I've felt like I'm a messenger for years. I might have talked about it before, but I feel like I'm a messenger. Which also I know can sound very, very strange. But it's honestly what I feel like. And I met a shaman a few years ago, and that was one of the first things that he said that he told me. He said, "You're a messenger. You're like a bridge between worlds," and that I also feel. I know that. I know that. I know that I'm a bridge between realms because I can see it so clearly. I can see messages that I bring to people or to situations. That I know. That I can see very clearly, and I know that that also sounds kind of funky. But what to do when the truth sounds very far away from than what society says is the norm. But if you think about it, 2,000 years ago, people knew about these energies and about, when religion was born. It's talking just of that. What are the prophets? The prophets are people that are connected to these higher realms, and they bring messages from these higher realms down to the existence. So I know this. And what to do when you see something, you see it, and when you know it, you know it. So what are you going to do? You're going to hide from it? I feel like I can't even hide from myself anymore. The trying to hide from who I am and what I've come to do, it just makes me miserable. Because if I have a purpose here on earth, and my purpose is to bring messages, individual or for a lot of people, then either to a individual or to a situation or to a lot of people or whatever it is, as long as I am bringing my message, then bringing my message, not even my message, I'm saying that, when I am fulfilling what I am supposed to be doing here on earth, then I am happy and provided for, and everything comes easy. And when I am fighting it and saying, "No, that sounds crazy, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to admit to that, no, what are you talking about," or then I am cutting myself off from my divine purpose. And that's where sorrow and pain starts coming in, because you're fighting against what you naturally were brought here to do. And I know it sounds funky. Like if I would have, for years I've known that I have messages and that I'm a messenger, but a year ago I would have never been able to say it in those words. I would have never brought myself to say it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video here. Wow, it's been 52 minutes. Wow. So I'm going to stop this video here, and if you've been watching up till now, I'm really happy. Thank you. And I will see you in the next video. If I have something interesting to say, I'm just going to pull out the video and do it. So.